So, good morning. It's World Mental Health Day, and I just felt called to tap in, especially because there's some interesting astrology that I think feeds the energy of Mental Health Day. I'm definitely having a slow moving day. I brought my son to school and went back to bed, tried to sleep, but mostly just rested. Rested my mind, rested my eyes, read just rested, right? And so now I'm having a gluten-free pumpkin spice bagel from Trader Joe's, which I'm not really excited about. It's not that thrilling. Um, I'm newer to the gluten-free world, and I just find that my body responds better to gluten-free stuff, but nothing like that gluten. It's definitely hard to adjust to in certain foods like bagels and pizza. And yeah, things like that are hard to replace. So it's not bad, but it's just not great. So World Mental Health Day is coinciding astrologically with this Chiron, right? So Chiron is the asteroid point of the wounded healer, right? And so the wounded healer is this point that is meant to bring up all of our emotional vulnerability, all of the stuff that we're meant to heal in this lifetime, right? So we all have our own personal Chiron in our natal astrology charts. And then we have transiting Chiron, right? And so yesterday and today, right? So we have this, it was like exact yesterday, and it's going to be kind of in this energy for the rest of the year and into 2026, where we have this point of the wounded healer in the sign of Aries, right? In the sign of the self, right? So we're all being called to re-examine our personal wounding that's just about us. And it's in this conjunction, in this close relationship with Eris. So Eris is another asteroid point, and many astrologers will refer to Eris as Aries' sister. Now, Aries is the sign that Eris and Chiron are both in right now, right? This sign of the self. And so Eris, being Aries' sister, she feels othered, right? Her story and her energy, the energy that she carries, the energy that this point carries is this energy of feeling left out and othered and betrayed, and there's a lot of anger and bitterness that is invited with Eris energy. And so when we have the soul wound, Chiron in Aries, right? So our own personal wounding, our own personal vulnerability coming together with Eris, this point of I feel different, I feel othered, I feel left out, I feel alone. And I've got a lot of feelings about that, right? So over time, when you have that experience, those feelings can build, right? And become bitterness and resentment. And it ties very much to Mental Health Awareness Day because Eris is always giving us an opportunity to heal and to take a really close look at our mental health and how we're showing up in the world. And Chiron just wants healing, right? Chiron wants us to find the healing that we need so that we don't continue to feel unsafe in our vulnerability, right? So yesterday, today, as we're moving forward, right? Again, through the end of this year, it's really wise of us to be taking a look at what it is we feel vulnerable about internally, right? Like it's like you're trying to be vulnerable and maybe feel stunted. You're trying to share more openly about your feelings and you feel like almost silenced, but not by the other person necessarily, just by like some unknown force known as Chiron and Eris working together. And it's just the frustration around that, right? So the vulnerability is always there with Chiron, but when you infuse it with this Eris energy of feeling left out, feeling othered, feeling like I'm so different, nobody understands me, right? That's when we start to get like the stakes are higher for our healing because you can't turn away from that. Like Chiron, you can like quietly kind of go into your shell and turn away from it and try to ignore it. Not that it will always be ignored. There'll always be opportunities again and again to heal. But Eris is like, again, throwing salt in the wound, right? Like, yeah, like I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of not feeling heard. I'm tired of not feeling seen. I'm tired of being left out. I'm tired of attracting these relationships where I'm not fully embraced or honored for who I am, or I'm not seen for what I bring to the table, right? And so, with all of that, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so, we really need to be listening to our own bodies, right? Because Aries connects us with these bodies that we're in, right? The physical body, um, our blood pumping, right? How when we get angry, our blood is there's like this adrenaline that happens, right? Like we need to not act from that place of adrenaline. And Chiron is helping us do that because Chiron is this softening energy, right? Chiron wants to help us soften into a place where we can allow our wound to open to the light, right? Because if we have it closed off always, it's like in this unhealable place. But as we start to open to healing, and as we start to softly, gently open to exploring the anger and the bitterness and the frustration and, all of these really intense emotions that Eris working with Chiron right now is trying to bring up in us, it's really a potent opportunity for us to be stepping into. And so I just wanted to come with that and just kind of come as I am today because I feel I'm in a vulnerable place today, just kind of feeling these energies and how they're affecting me personally. And so, when I look around at my inner circle and just kind of tap into the collective, it is this need for a deep breath and many more to follow, right? So we're being invited into this gentle place where we can soften and be vulnerable and have an interview with Eris, right? Because Chiron wants us to be open and to start healing and to receive whatever the ailment, right, needs. And so interviewing Eris with curiosity, right? Interviewing Eris with gentle curiosity is highly recommended at this time. What does that mean? Interviewing your emotions, interviewing your frustration, your irritation, your bitterness, your resentment, your um, state of feeling like I've been here too many times. I have felt this way my whole life, and I'm not going to stay quiet about it anymore. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to silence myself. I'm going to find an outlet. I'm going to find medicine. I'm going to find a therapist, a healer. I'm going to find a supportive friend that's available today, right? Like there's all of these resources available to us. And everybody has different accessibility to different resources, and that's real and true. And so I guess what I'm encouraging you to do is to find what resources are available to you today. And as we go into this weekend and into the rest of this year, because let's face it, time is flying and it may be almost mid October, but I'm sure that we will be through the end of 2025 very soon, just because I can't believe we're even in October now. Um, and so the astrology of this time is fast moving. We are meant to be getting on board with these lessons faster, right? We are being invited to move faster while still moving at our own pace. Because what's fast for me might be slow for you, right? What's slow for me might be fast for another person. So it's you really, and again, because this is an Aries conjunction, right? Both Chiron and Eris in Aries, it's really important to bring it back to the self, right? And figure out like, what do I need to feel better, right? Like what support is going to support me, right? And so yeah, I'm highly encouraging that. And yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts because I'm very much feeling it, and it's there's never any coincidence about certain days that we name, right? So this has been named World Mental Health Day, and there's no coincidence that the energy is literally meeting that, right? So the energy in the universe is meeting that, and it's it's supportive, right? Like it's like, okay, yeah, this is a day that we're supposed to acknowledge our mental health and to do a thorough check-in with it and to pretty much encourage others to do that as well. And so here's Chiron and Eris working closely together, helping us do that. And so I hope it does. I hope it helps you do that. I hope that you tuck this away for later, um, when you have a moment, right? So maybe even it looks like you just taking out your phone and your calendar right now and seeing where you can put in your schedule that you're going to take time for your mental health today. Um, and just add it there like you would any other appointment or any other thing you have to show up for, right? Like making this a mandatory thing as is what I'm recommending to everyone out there. So many deep breaths, much support, many resources, many bagels, and warm beverages, walks in the fall weather if it's fall where you are. I'm sending everyone love. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to share this live video with anyone you feel like would benefit. Sending all the good vibes for your mental health day.